All right, guys. Today we're going to review slope and slope-intercept form. All right. The first set of instructions says to find the slope of each line. So if you look here in number one, we're given a line here. And in order to find the slope, remember we just identify 2 points. And after we identify the 2 points, we need to if you need to, go ahead and make sure we recognize this is -3 here, and down 2, that's -2. So that's -3, -2. And this point here is -2, 2. And we put this in a table. Remember, we go from left to right, so we start here at this point and then go to this point. So that's -3, -2, -2, 2. Remember, slope is changing y over changing x. So -2 to 2 is +4. And -3 to -2 is +1. So 4 over 1 is 4. So that's the slope here. It's 4. We do the same thing for number 2, right? Choose 2 points. Maybe make sure that they are clear points. All right? And find the slope. Do the same thing for 3, 4, 5, and 6. Of course, with number 7 through 10, in order to find the slope, we're given 2 points, right? And so we just have to make a table here of x, y values. Keyword, slope. So then it says find the slope and y-intercept of each equation. All right, so for number 11, we're given y plus 3 equals x. Now, slope and y-intercept reminds me of slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. Notice how y is the only thing on the left side of the equal sign, right? So what we're going to do is move this 3 in this problem to the right side of the equation. All right, and we're going to do that by subtracting 3 from each side. So that, and then we bring down the y, so that this becomes x minus 3. Remember that x and -3 are not like terms. Therefore, all we need to do is just write what we see, x minus 3. Okay? Now that we have slope-intercept form, we can actually find the slope and the y-intercept. Remember, in the form, our slope is m, the number in front of our x. Since all we have is x here, we need to assume there's a 1. Remember, 1 times x is x. Therefore, it's okay to say that our slope is 1. So slope is 1. And remember, b represents our y-intercept. So this number hanging out by itself, -3, that's our y-intercept. There we go. Now, for number 12, same thing. We have to solve for y. All right, we need to solve for y. So what we're going to do is move everything over to the right so that all we're left with in the end is our x. So we add 10. Bring down the 2y so that we have 2y equals negative 4x plus 10. Divide by 2. And we have y equals negative 2x plus 5. Remember, this is in slope-intercept form. Of course, m is the slope, right? B is the y-intercept. So our m is negative 2, and our b, which is the y-intercept, is 5. There we go. So now you try 13 through 16. Now in this next set, number 17 through 23, we're asked to write an equation for each line in slope-intercept form. We just said slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So the first thing we're going to do is find the slope. By taking our 2 points and finding our rise over run, basically. Do we have to do it that way? No. Remember, we said we can do the table as well. So this is 0, negative 1, and this is 3, 3. So that would be 0, negative 1, 3, 3. Look for our change in y, which is plus 4. Change in x, which is plus 3. And then we do our change in y over change in x. Or we can just rise over run. Go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Right 1, 2, 3. Plus 4, plus 3. And then remember, slope is y over x, which is why we have 4 over 3. So either way you get it, the slope is 4 over 3. Right? But we're not done because we want the y-intercept. Remember, the y-intercept is where the graph crosses the y-axis. This is the y-axis. So that answer is negative 1. M is 4 over 3. B is negative 1. So our equation is y equals 4 over 3x minus 1. Try the 18, right? What's our y-intercept? You got it. It's 1. Well, what's the slope? If we do the rise over run, we went down 1, 2, 3, 4, and right 1. So our slope, negative 4 over 1, which is negative 4. So our equation, y equals negative 4x plus 1. Complete the others. Next part, sketch the graph of each line. This is slope-intercept form. Remember, B is the y-intercept, and M is our slope. So we're going to go ahead and graph our y-intercept, which is 2. And Then we're going to use our slope, which is -2 over 1. And we're going to go down 2 and right 1. Down 2, right 1. That's how we make our graph. We use the slope from the y-intercept. And then we connect. All right. In 24, notice our slope is 3 over 5. And our y-intercept, -4. So we start at -4 on the y-axis. And then we use our slope to plot the next point. The 3 tells us how much to go up by. And the 5 tells us how much to go right by. Or left if it were negative. So we go up 3 and right 5. 5. So, there we go.